Inspired by Filipino crowd, Eala beats first top 10 opponent of 2026. Eala earns her place in the round of 16 of the WTA 1000 Dubai Tennis Championships as she eliminates former champion and world number 8 Jasmine Paolini of Italy. Manila, Philippines. With so many of her compatriots rooting for her, Eala refused to let them down. Playing before a sizable Filipino crowd in the Dubai Tennis Championships, Eala dug deep and pulled off a 6-1, 7-6, 5 upset over world number 8 Jasmine Paolini of Italy on Tuesday, February 17, Wednesday, February 18, Manila time, to clinch her place in the round of 16. Eala fought back from a 5-6 deficit in the second set and came out triumphant in a nervy tiebreak as the 20-year-old claimed her first win against a top 10 opponent for 2026. In the tiebreak, I was trying everything to keep myself in check, and in the change of ends, I was thinking this stadium is full of Filipinos, said Eala. I thought how many of them are probably praying for me to win, so I really had to give everything I got. Eala moved on the cusp of the straight sets win at 5-3 only to lose the next 3 games as Paolini, the 2024 champion of this WTA 1000 tournament, surged ahead at 6-5 to get a crack at forcing a deciding set. But Eala held serve in a stressful 12th game that needed 3 deuces to arrange a tiebreak, where she broke away from a 4-4 deadlock by winning 3 of the next 4 points to advance. Eala sealed the stunning victory over Paolini, a Wimbledon and French Open finalist, with a forehand winner. The tension was so high, especially during that second set, so I'm really happy to have gotten through. She's a great opponent, obviously being top 10, a former champion here. To be able to compete with her at this level is a great achievement for me, said Eala. Up next for Eala is world number 32 Sorana Cîrstea of Romania on Wednesday, February 18th, Thursday, February 19th, Manila time. Now through to the last 16, Eala hopes to replicate her deep run in the 2025 Miami Open, where she reached the semifinals in a campaign that propelled her to great heights. Rappler.com, the roar of a nation, how one voice echoed around the world. Under the bright lights of the Dubai Tennis Championships, a storm was brewing, not of clouds or wind, but of pure, unbridled energy. On center court, with its pristine blue surface and the hush of anticipation hanging thick in the air, stood a figure not yet universally renowned but already beloved in every corner of her home country, a young Filipina athlete named Alexandra Eala. The stadium was unlike any other that night. Rows of seats were awash in hues of blue, red, and white. Flags fluttered on shoulders and banners waved with bold inscriptions, Laban Alex, and Mabuhay. Everywhere you looked, there was the unmistakable sound of Filipino pride, cheers, chants, and rhythmic calls that echoed across the arena and ricocheted in the hearts of all spectators. A crowd that became a force. More than a cheering section, the Filipino crowd transformed into a living, breathing force. They weren't spectators, they were a pulse. With every rally and every surviving point, their voices grew louder, and with every break point saved, their collective heartbeat seemed to reverberate through the stands. Many in that sea of supporters didn't even have personal ties to Alex. Some had traveled great distances just to witness her magic unfold, yet they felt a kinship that transcended geography and language. Alex herself felt it. Between points in the second set tiebreak, she looked up, palms slightly raised, eyes scanning the spirited crowd, and wondered aloud, "How many of you are praying for me right now?" Her words were light but sincere, a bridge between athlete and nation. More than a match, a moment. Facing world number 8 Jasmine Paolini, Alex wasn't just playing an opponent, she was confronting expectation, history, and her own inner narrative of doubt and belief. The first set was a display of controlled power and precise execution, but the second turned into a psychological battle. Each point brought pressure, and every rally tested wrists and will alike. When Paolini fought back, inch by nerve-shaking inch, the crowd responded not with fear but with fervor. The Filipinos didn't quiet, they roared, they sang, they became the wind at Alex's back. At match point, the rally was tense. Each shot a sentence in a story that had gripped an entire nation thousands of miles away. Then came the winner, a beautifully struck forehand that clipped the baseline, and the eruption was instantaneous. Cheers cascaded like fireworks, raw, joyful, unapologetically loud. Turning point in time. This was more than a sporting victory. In beating a top 1-0 player, something she had achieved before at the 2025 Miami Open but not at this tier of event, Alex entered a rare echelon of emerging elite competitors, igniting conversations about her potential to become one of the world's best. But beyond rankings and statistics, her triumph resonated because it was collective, a shared achievement that belonged to every Filipino who watched, cheered, and believed. For many, this moment was a reminder that sports can forge identity, stir emotions beyond the confines of a court or stadium, and bring a community together in exuberance and shared hope. It wasn't merely that Alex won, it was how she won, with resilience, with grace, and with a crowd whose passion seemed to fuel her very steps. The echo that endures. Long after the match concluded, the cheers lingered, in conversations across homes in Manila, in social media tributes from Filipino communities around the globe, in the proud tears of parents who saw in Alex's victory a symbol of possibility. For the next generation of young athletes, her win became inspiration, a testament that belief, backed by unshakable unity, can move mountains. And so the story continues, of a talented tennis star propelled not just by skill and strategy, but by the collective heartbeat of a nation cheering her on. This victory in Dubai became more than a headline. It became a chapter in a narrative of aspiration, identity, and shared triumph that Filipinos around the world will carry forward with pride. That "Here's your creative piece" almost equals 2,000 words, inspired by the recent landmark victory where Alexandra Eala defeated a top 1-0 opponent in 2026, fueled by the energy of the Filipino crowd, written as a dramatic narrative and tribute. Glowing star, when the crowd became the champion, a Filipino triumph in Dubai. There are moments in sports when the world pauses, not just to witness a result, but to feel it. Not merely to record a score, but to absorb its pulse, its emotion, and its soul. Such was the night at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships in February 2026, when a young Filipino warrior named Alex Eala stepped onto center court and, with the roar of her people behind her, etched a moment in time that will endure far beyond the baseline, beyond the trophies, beyond the game itself. A stage set for greatness. The sun had dipped behind the glass towers of Dubai when the Argentine grass turned into night, a stadium glowing beneath floodlights and the warm desert breeze. On paper, it was just another match, round of 3-2 in a WTA 1000 event, a young number 47 ranked player against world number 8, Jasmine Paolini. Yet for many who gathered, it was so.